Hello patrons, welcome to a draw with me. I actually filmed one for you guys, when did I do it? Last week? But the exposure was crap and I just wasn't feeling it. I was like, no, I think I will just do another one. I'm going to be drawing a cherry. If I have a reference image, I normally put it in the top corner or something, and I normally get a fresh layer and then I go to my brushes and I get the sketching one, and then I choose the 6B pencil. I usually have it just under halfway on the sizing scale, and then I just go for, oh that's a bit small actually, then I just kind of go for it and then draw sort of the outline. I'm very sniffly, I do apologise. I draw my outline. This doesn't have to be perfect by any means, but I think because I know this is going to be a sticker, I want it to be quite a smooth shape, so I won't put a gap in here. The reason being is because I've noticed my crease cut is excellent, however it kind of, some of the stickers, if they've got really intricate pieces on them, this looks rude, doesn't it? Rude minds, guys. Who else thought it? Don't leave me hanging here. Who else thought this looked like some boobs? Let's be honest here. Yeah, the crease cut, if there are like small spaces, in fact I've got a plant one here, it's very intricately cut and most of them came out fine, but I noticed that it does, there's more sort of scope for there to be some snagging or some pulling of the sticker paper, so I'm going to be working on that and seeing if I can just, where I can, smooth the design out a bit. So this is the base layer and I don't really mind too much about the fact that this bit here isn't green, because what I'm going to do is then make this layer really transparent so that I can use it as like a template to draw on. So at this point I'm not overly fussed about what this looks like. Now because mine's a drawing and not the real deal, I think to make it very obvious that it is some cherries, I'm just going to draw a leaf. I'm going to make that image a bit smaller though. I think the thing with the Procreate app is nobody works the same, and I don't really think there's any wrong or right way of doing it. What is going on? I think I must have nudged it with my hand. Yeah, there's no wrong or right way of doing it. This is just how I work. I don't know actually whether that should go a bit higher, so I'm just going to go around and move it. I've been in town this morning, which I never do, so I'm feeling accomplished today. I'll talk about that in just a second. I'll just run you through what I do next. Did you just see my mum message here and ask what the Greg's sausage roll is like? Let me just tell her that it's sensational. I'm going to rub out any unnecessary lines just to tidy it up a bit. There's no actual need to do this, to be honest. It just makes me feel a bit cleaner when I'm working, if that makes sense. Then I go to that layer that I've just done, and with the end button make it really transparent so you can barely see it, but then I get a new layer, and this is the one that I am going to be working on. So that to me is a little bit too pink for cherries, so let's go to this end. That might be a bit of a better colour for cherries, or I like that a lot actually. It's like a crimsony colour. So I like to get some swatches ready just to see what colours I like. I think I like this one. I like that one a lot, so I'm going to choose that, and then I just go ahead and start colouring it in. So this morning I went to the hairdressers, which is something that I rarely do, mainly because I have put any money that I make, this is going to sound so sad, but any money that I make usually goes towards bills or necessities, if I need new clothes or if I need to pay my phone bill, internet bill, just bills basically. I have this past, well 2018 was not a year for me to spend money on myself, and basically I didn't spend money on myself, and that's why I avoided things like the opticians, getting my hair cut. It was just all stuff that I thought, you know, I can do without. Guys, don't skip things like the opticians like I did, because my eyesight had in fact changed, and luckily I was still legal to drive. But if it's stuff like that, don't be an idiot like I was and just go. You can also find Specsavers vouchers online to get free eye tests, which is what I did, and I just paid for the glasses. This sounds so like, oh, poor Ellis, but honestly it's not at all. I was just being very careful with my money and cutting back on things like haircuts because I didn't feel that it was 100% necessary. So this year I'd really like to get on top of regular haircuts because it's amazing what a haircut can make you feel. I feel so refreshed and revamped today, and I've had a really rough week. More on that in a later part of this video if it doesn't already go on for a really long time. But yeah, I went to get my hair cut and had a good catch up with my hairdresser because she's been on maternity as well. So it was nice speaking to her because it'll be 2 years next month actually since I actually had my hair done by her. I had my hair cut in June last year because it was just getting so scraggly and loads of dead ends, and it just felt horrible on my head that I just ended up going to my nana's hairdresser and I was like, just cut this off. But it's just grown back so fast, so I've had probably another 6 inches off today and it feels lovely. I have just scraped it on top of my head though, so I would show you, but honestly it's not that interesting to see. And then straight after I went to the post office. In fact, that's a lie, I went to Greggs to get a sausage roll, which is probably why my mum's just asked me, how was the sausage roll? And they're really good if you're not even a vegan and you're in the UK actually. I highly recommend trying them because they are scarily like the real deal sausage rolls from what I can remember anyway. It's been such a long time since I've had a proper sausage roll, a proper sausage, that it just, to me, it's really, really tasty. That was the second one that I've had so far and they're really nice. And although Greggs food is not something that I would have very often at all, it's literally like a treat, or if I am out and about and I need to grab something quick. It's really good to know that these places now have options for vegans. So I have not yet tried the vegan food from McDonald's because I personally think that McDonald's is a death house and I don't really like any of what they do. Let's get rid of that. For emergencies and stuff, I say emergencies, you know, when it's late at night or you're on your way back from somewhere, you've been on a day trip or something like that, that is probably the most likely time that I would get a McDonald's, but we honestly don't go to McDonald's. If you go, that's fine, each their own, you know. I'm not like judging people that do like McDonald's, that's fine, but to me I just feel so ill when I've been in and I always get tummy ache, which is why I just don't like it. And I haven't tried their vegan food yet, but maybe one day. Oh, can you still see? I hope so. I'm just going to drink my tea. So I love this brush, just randomly going back to the drawing for a second. This is the 6B, and I've been asked quite a lot on Instagram recently what brushes I use, and it's the 6B pencil. Recently I've really been loving the inking one, the dry brush in the ink section, and when I do my writing I use the script one, and I really like the script tool. If you want a video on my favourite brushes and how I use them, let me know, that would be fun. I've also decided, if you read yesterday's post, I'll try and get this video out probably next week so that I'm not spamming you with content this week, because I don't want to get on you guys' nerves by any means. But I have decided to leave YouTube for now at least. It kind of wasn't an easy decision, but I've had a very hard week, and I know I shouldn't let comments get to me, but it's just who I am. I'm trying to work on it, I really am. I'm trying to get stronger. But YouTube has always, even back when I started, it took a lot. It took many years. I'd wanted to be on YouTube and give it a go for about 5 years before I actually bit the bullet and did it. And when I did join YouTube, I was actually, funnily enough, at one of my lowest points mental health wise, and I came to the conclusion that I had nothing to lose, so I got on there, and ever since I have been on and off with it. And on and off as in, I think I've been uploading regularly, but when I say on and off, I feel what I mean by that is my feelings towards YouTube as a platform, and 2018 was really a year that I changed my mind with it and what I felt it was is it a good platform? I think overall, forgetting all the negative stuff, it's a great platform. It's a shame that it is pretty much the only video platform out there, the biggest anyway to my knowledge. Let me know if I'm wrong. It's a real shame because I would definitely give another platform a go. I gave Vimeo a go, but I wasn't getting anything out of that, and it just felt like I was talking to a brick wall, so I gave that a go, and it's just kind of, it's gone cold for me. But I gave it a quick go. Maybe if I went back and put actually more effort into it, I might see more results, because that's how a lot of things tend to work. But I like making videos. I like that I've learned new skills with making videos and finding new music, making new friends, finding you guys, connecting with you guys. It's brought me a lot of good things. But overall, it is unfortunately a platform where there's a lot of focus on people liking you as a person in order for your channel to be successful. And I don't mean like huge success. I was watching Helen Anderson's video this morning, her goals for 2019 video, and she put it down to a T. She said that it's hard being on this platform because you put a lot of time and effort into a platform just for you to kind of, oh, that's just disappeared, whoops, just for you to, you can't really help it to a certain extent, you can't help it. You do zoom in on the negatives, like subscriber count, and if it goes down after you've put a lot of effort into a video, it kind of makes you feel like, oh, well, that was a waste, and like, what am I doing wrong, what am I doing wrong? And there's that constant feeling to me of, what am I doing wrong, what am I doing wrong? And I think the comments just about finished it off. It wasn't just the comments. I'm a little bit conscious that it looks as though it was just the comments that I can't handle, and then I've just decided to go because it's not that at all. I like that colour there. Oh yeah, that's lovely. I get a lighter one. I've had negative comments since I started, and that's fine. The most recent comments actually was somebody telling me that regarding the artist that I supposedly am too similar to. Apparently I've copied her nose ring now, and I'm like, mate, I've had this nose ring for like 7 years, back off. That kind of stuff I can handle. And I find it quite funny that somebody was like, oh, you've got a nose ring. Get over it. Like, if my nana can get over the fact that I've got a nose ring, you can. I think my nana wanted to rip it out of my face, but, you know, that's just not relevant right now. Right, so I can now I'm happy with the shape that I have got on the top layer, delete this one. Delete, and then it's gone. It's gone. And then I'm just going to colour this layer in. These drawings of the food and stuff are a lot less intricate than the ones of the people that I do. I find the people drawings that I do, like the humans, have a lot more layers, a lot more time. This one is quite quick, and I find that these are good to do for draw with me's because you can see the drawing come to life from scratch, whereas the other ones in the past I've done drawings sort of halfway through and just sort of chat to you, but this one I thought would be cool because you can see how a drawing starts out. I don't know whether to add another tier to Patreon with this one and just call it the cherry tier, but honestly I don't want to push anything and have anything more than 20. Let me know though, is it a good idea? I don't know. I have to think of rewards that I could offer for, say, like, I don't know, I'll have a think about it. YouTube, it's just a platform really that after the Logan Paul drama that kicked off this time last year, it was all sort of like, it really proved to me like Logan can do whatever the hell he wants, but the fact that YouTube back that and they don't seem to punish people for doing something so wrong, yet good YouTube friends of mine that I have met on YouTube, that's a good thing about YouTube, is I've met lovely people. Some people have had their videos taken down for really minor things. My friend Meg had a video taken down because it included a little bit of some, what do you call it, fighting, wrestling. Is it wrestling? God, I am, what is wrong with me? Wrestling. That WWE, is that called wrestling? Oh my god, how embarrassing. My friend Meg went to watch people fighting, put it in a bit of a video. It wasn't the whole video, it was just a clip because she does weekly vlogs. And that got taken down because it was like promoting violence or something. How ridiculous. People go to watch wrestling and fighting all the time. Isn't it crazy? And just various things that have happened over 2018 have made me think I'm not sure this is something I want to keep putting my time into. Making videos, love it. Talking to you guys, love it. Learning new things, love it. I love filming stuff. I love making videos and getting different shots and learning more about my camera, and I really miss my Olympus pen. I miss it, and I miss having a small channel. I miss having a small audience. That doesn't mean to say that I don't appreciate the people that are on there. That's just me saying I miss the feeling of just talking to a smaller group of people. It makes me quite sad because I feel like that's sort of gone now, and I miss it a lot. That reminds me, so for the sweets I've been going around the outlines. I've been doing the outlines first actually, which is my boo-boo, but I've done dry ink in black. See how thick that is. That's quite thick, so I'm going to make that smaller. There we go. Oh, that's still a bit big. There we go. Although what I should do is put that on a new layer, so if I want to rub any of it out or change any of it, it's much easier. It's probably the best tip I can give actually. If you're working on Procreate, work in layers, you'll thank yourself for working in layers. I just want to put more time into actually creating art than worrying about the success of a video on YouTube, and I know it sounds silly. Then I tend to put a bit of shading on, so go back to my 6B pencil and put a little bit of shading. It doesn't have to be a lot, to be honest. Depends what the drawing is actually, but I can see on these cherries they've kind of got a bit of dimension to them, like a bit of shadowing and stuff. I guess where the light goes through the jelly. I don't know if you can get vegan ones of these sweets actually. I'm sure you can somewhere. I just like the vibes over here a lot more, and you guys hopefully know that I really appreciate you being here too, I really do. So when I'm happy, in fact I'll do some light, so there is kind of a bit of light on there, a touch. Not that much to be honest, is there? These sweetie drawings remind me of the witches now, because I did the others while I was watching the witches. Was it last week I did them now? Gosh, it's been a whole week since I did the other ones, but I really like how they've freshened up the homepage. But they remind me of the witches now, because that's what I was watching when I did them. Right, then I go back to the outline layer, and I can do one of my favourite bits, which is the face. Okay, so I've done a little happy face, and then I've done a little cheeky screwing his face up because I thought it'd be cute if I did two different ones. And the beauty of doing it on another layer, like the outline layer is usually where I put my faces, but you can select it and make it a touch bigger or just move it around. There we go, if you're not quite happy with it. Once I've got the basic shape, I go in then and I add little eyelashes. I really like putting eyelashes on. There we go. They're so funny. Let me know if you like them, guys. I'm going to be turning it into a sticker for you lot. I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit more into how I do the drawings and seeing it come to life from a basic reference image to something like this. I hope it was interesting, and if you have anything that you'd like to see, let me know. And yeah, have a wonderful weekend. Take care, and I'll speak to you really soon. Bye everybody.